Is here. We finally got the world premiere of PvP in Armored Core 6, and it looks beautiful. The very fluid movement is doing wonders for PvP in these early impressions. The lock-on system works well in PvP. The map design leaves lots of room for team play, movement, and full map utilization. Watching this early gameplay really looks like six cores on a battlefield really duking it out. Nothing looks linear, nothing looks choreographed. Like at any moment, the tide of combat can change. Until the fat armored core sinks, it could be anyone's game. So, some of my early impressions. Quad legs and tanks are going to be meta. The survivability and hover of quads is going to give players an insane advantage of in-air combat and really taking height on other players. Not only does quad offer a hover, but the energy consumption of it is so strong. Plus, if you properly utilize your build for fast regen when you land, you can really be unstoppable. Opposite of how quads give in-air survivability and movement is the beefy boys, aka tank legs, that allow you to soak up so much damage and carry weapons that you might normally be limited to on a biped or a sort of a reverse leg as well, due to the increased weight that you get from carrying a lot of weapons and certain weapon combinations. So, considering the strength of lock on, I really feel like some anti lock to disrupt the accuracy of missiles and shots are going to be key to a build. Not not only that, but also really knowing when to boost and having a boost up to dodge missiles or to dodge certain shots or even to dodge a sword is going to help save you a lot. Because similar to Sekiro, AC6 has a stagger gauge that fills up quickly and can be really used to punish players. And if too many shots land, it could be the end of you, costing you and your team points. Another thing I've noticed is, unlike story missions, you can't modify and change your ACs between death. You also don't get a repair kit. So once you lock your AC in for a match, that's all you have until that match is over. I think players who are used to PvP team based shooters will have a natural advantage to team shoot enemy players in AC6. Very similar to Apex, Halo, or many other PvP shooters, really communicating with your team on which targets to go after and when will easily shift the tide of combat in your favor. If you focus one player, stagger, and eliminate them, now you're in a 3v2 advantage for the next 8 to 10 seconds, and that's a long time to have an advantage. So I really think that there's a certain caution players will need to not be eliminated first. Manage their energy, because no energy means no movement, leaving you to sit and duck, and also positioning yourself so that you are not in an unfair advantage where you're taking shots from two different people while your team can't trade fire back. So in this early gameplay action here, one thing I was super curious about was what sort of FOV slider and fine tune of the camera controls are going to exist. Because watching the combat, I've noticed moments where ACs flew by and the players, Ouroboros or Fighting Cowboy, essentially got lost with where that AC went and where you're being shot from. I think depending on what FOV slider exists and where you have it set at, as well as what your fine tuned camera controls are, allowing you to not only still have precision, but also being able to quickly discern where you're getting shot from and where you need to go, is going to be a huge advantage depending on how you've sort of set those customizations out. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm a mouse and keyboard fiend. Controllers are not my thing, and I am scared if I'll need to relearn how to use a controller. If we know anything about mouse and keyboard, aim assist just doesn't exist most times on mouse and keyboard. So I can't imagine that in this game it will as well. It looks like it'll be a very controller focused game, which isn't bad, but I would definitely love if there was mouse and keyboard. Plus, having one advantage of mouse and keyboard as well is you have multiple buttons that allows you to not have to use combinations, considering how limited you are on a controller. That would just sort of be like a learning curve. But I don't think that mouse and keyboard is going to be an option for this. I am interested. I will try it out. Um, but I don't have much hope in that. Yeah, I would love to hear what you all think. Leave a comment down below. Are you excited? Is there anything having you feeling cautious? If you haven't, leave a like and subscribe. I cannot wait to get into this. I'm getting into this day one on Thursday. I believe it comes out Thursday in North America. I think possibly at midnight if I remember the time. I'm definitely going to be getting into it. Who has to go to work? Not me. Forget that. Thank you so much for checking the video.